Alright, it's time for another exciting national flags quiz. That's right, this is where you get to prove to yourself that you can tell all those really similar colour schemes apart. In this 10-question quiz, you'll be shown 4 flags. I'll give you some trivia about the country and its flag. All you have to do is pick the right one. You probably know the drill by now if you've done every other flag quiz, so let's get started. Question 1. If you're familiar with the flags of Chad or Moldova, then you can probably skip straight to the answer. If not, here are some more clues. Obviously, saying that this nation's flag features red isn't going to help you much, but perhaps you'll recognise the country for being the home of the fountain pen. Unlike a modern ballpoint pen, the fountain pen must be held at 45 degrees and relies on gravity and a capillary action to deliver the ink to the page. This pen may or may not be used frequently in the world's heaviest building, the Palace of the Parliament in Bucharest, and in terms of size, it's only bested by the Pentagon. Not sure where we are? Well, the Prague salt mine produces salt of such quantity that people visit for halotherapy. It's located in Transylvania, which, oh by the way, is also home to Bran Castle, you know, the one associated with Dracula, even though Vlad the Impaler only briefly stayed there. That's probably given it away. The country is of course Romania, which was one of the first countries in Europe to get electric street lighting. And the flag of course symbolises the sky, wealth, and bloodshed. Some also connect the colours with the historical 3 Romanian principalities. A solid start. Next one. If you know your capitals, you'll know that at the time of this writing, Prague's astronomical clock is the oldest of its kind still working in the world. Yes, before people had their own timepieces, town clocks served an important purpose for calculating holy days and agricultural seasons, amongst other things. This country also boasts the most castles on average per square kilometre than any other country. Around 2,000 castles, chateaux and ruins. So what's the flag? It's this one. No wait, is it this? No, that's not it either, that's South Africa. It's this one. Yes, this is pretty much the Czechoslovakia flag, minus the emblem after that country split in 2. You can probably guess the symbolism of the colours. White for peace, red for war, blue for truth, loyalty and justice. Alternatively, the flag is said to represent Bohemia, which is pretty much the flag of Poland combined with blue for Moravia and Silesia. Righto, question 3. This country is located in the southern hemisphere, and despite being landlocked, it has a surprisingly large navy. Okay, their boats patrol the rivers, so there is definitely water. Speaking of which, the country also has the world's 3rd largest hydroelectric dam in terms of generation capacity, only bested by China's 3 Gorges and Bahaitan dams. If you visit the Chaka region, you'll also find the largest settlement of German-speaking Mennonites. What's the flag? No tricks this time. It's this one, belonging to Paraguay. The colours of the flag, by now you've heard it before: peace and purity, liberty, justice and clear skies, and bloodshed for independence. But what's interesting is that the flag has a front and backside with a different emblem. The coat of arms on the front and the seal of the treasury on the back. Interesting. Moving to a different hemisphere now, the northern one, where you'll find most countries. Your choices here are France, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Germany. This country was the first to elect a female Prime Minister. It also has the highest density of leopards, so watch out for that one. This country used to be called Ceylon, and its famous tea still goes by that name. Maybe because they'd printed too many labels. So it's not Germany, France, or Nepal, which leaves Sri Lanka, whose flag features a lion. And this symbol has actually been in use for over 2,000 years, symbolising the bravery of the Sinhalese people. You probably guessed that by the sword the lion is holding. It's not every day you see a lion gripping a sword, you know. The rest of the flag brings together the Buddhist majority in maroon, orange for Tamil, and green for Muslim and other groups. And now for the last question. Of the first half, that is. Of the flags shown, half are in the northern hemisphere and half are in the south. So if I told you that the mystery country is in the south, that should narrow it down. But if you need more clues to guess which one, then you'll be surprised to learn that this country has 2 capital cities, Sucre and La Paz, which is also the world's highest capital at 3,500 meters. Here's another number. The country has 37 official languages. That's got to be a record. And the country? Bolivia, home to quinoa and the world's most dangerous road. Their flag, not to be confused with Ethiopia's, features gold, symbolising, in this case, actual gold and other mineral resources, green for the agricultural potential of the land, and red for courage and sacrifice during the fight for independence. And that's halfway. Take a break. stretch out your hand and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any quiz videos. How do you think you're going so far? 5 out of 5? Well done if you are. Alright, let's knock off the last 5 countries, starting with another 4 possibles. To narrow it down a bit, this country is in Africa, a country you may be less familiar with if you're an English speaker. And despite being landlocked, it has a lot of water features, such as being the source of the Congo River, the Zambezi River, several rivers and lakes, and to top it off, Victoria Falls, one of the world's largest waterfalls. The country's copper industry accounts for 70% of its export earnings, and they speak English. Given the amount of lush vegetation, their flag unsurprisingly features a lot of green. It's Zambia. It also features Zambia's national bird, the African fish eagle. The other colours symbolise the mineral wealth, obviously not gold in this case because the country is also known as the Copper Belt. Black is a traditional colour for the African heritage, and red is for the struggle for independence from colonial rule. Moving northeast now, this country is home to the famous Petra, one of the 7 wonders of the New World, and unlike Zambia, is one of the most water-scarce nations on Earth. Despite this, it has the world's oldest dam, the Jawa Dam, built around 3000 BC. Other notable features are a short 26 kilometers of coastline along the Red Sea at the Gulf of Aqaba and a border with the Dead Sea, which is 10 times saltier than the ocean. Surely you've guessed the country by now, so it should be no surprise that we're talking about Jordan. Their flag features the Pan-Arabic colours, where the black, white and green stripes represent the Abbasid, Umayyad and Fatimid caliphates. They also symbolise the dark period in fertile soil, peace and hope, and the land and Islam. The red triangle symbolises the Hashemite dynasty and the Great Arab Revolt against Ottoman rule. The 7-pointed star inside it represents the 7 verses of the opening chapter of the Quran. This next country has even less coastline, this time along the Adriatic, but it's home to one of Europe's tallest waterfalls, the Strabaki Brook, at 65 metres tall. Similar to Turkey, there's also a strong coffee culture, which means that drinking coffee is a social ritual that can last for hours. Of course, if you're in a hurry, I'm sure they'll understand. One more fun fact is that the Drina River along the border inspired Nobel Prize winner Ivo Andrić to write his famous novel The Bridge on the Drina. And with that fact, I'm sure you'll know that the country is indeed Bosnia and Herzegovina. The flag is one of the most striking, and for a change doesn't feature red, although there has been conflict. Thankfully, there is now peace, represented by the blue background. The triangle represents the 3 main ethnic groups of Bosniaks, Croats and Serbs, plus prosperity and energy. The stars are also intended to be infinite, as they straddle the edges, indicating the country's unlimited potential. And now for the penultimate question, 4 flags. Same as the other questions really, but which one represents the only Arab country without a desert? But it does have more universities per capita than the others. Its capital was also once called the Paris of the Middle East, thanks to its vibrant culture, nightlife, and cosmopolitan atmosphere. Snow skiing and beach swimming on the same day is possible due to its unique geography, with ski resorts like Mazar just 90 minutes from the capital. So what is this magical place? It's Lebanon, of course, famous for its cedars, which are also mentioned in the Bible and featured on the flag to represent immortality, steadiness, happiness, and prosperity. There's red to represent the bloodshed and past struggles, but balanced by white symbolising peace. And now, here we are at the last question, and it's a doozy. We're in the Northern Hemisphere, sorry Australia, but where? This country is one of only 2 doubly landlocked countries in the world, meaning you have to cross at least 2 borders to reach any ocean. Although it is home to the Aral Sea, once the world's 4th largest lake, although it has shrunk due to irrigation projects. It's also home to unique double-humped Bactrian camels in the Kizilkum Desert, although if you visit, you'll need to check the season as the temperature can vary from -40 in winter to 50 in summer. So, what is the country? It's Uzbekistan, home to 4 UNESCO heritage sites. The colours of the flag represent the sky, peace, and the fertile land. The red lines are like veins carrying the life force, which is a pleasant change from what it usually means. The crescent is a traditional Islamic symbol along with the green, and the star represents the months, the historical regions, and the democratic principles. And we're done! How'd you do? Let me know in the comments. And just one final reminder to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the quiz, and I'll see you in the next one.